All right, hey, I just wanted to do a demo review of one of the matches you guys did. I think Briefy and Hawk are the only ones in this match. I think I witnessed like the last 10 rounds of it or so live, but I haven't actually reviewed the demo yet, and I figured I would just record my thoughts as I watched it, just to try that out. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. I'm not going to be much surprised by this. Briefy's going to buy a nade, he's going to throw it long, he's going to buy dualies. Fried Chicken didn't buy anything. That's okay. Wacky did a good thing. Everyone bought something with chicken. Okay. So at this point, Briffy just pushed long, and that's what he should have done. Hawk, yeah, you're number 2. Hawk has called that their guys in tunnel, and everyone's kind of swarming around. All right. Okay, just watching that. Briffy's eyes, you need to be not aiming at the floor here. Let's go back to tick 8,000 or so. You got mostly your aim is pretty good, but you're aiming like no one's face is gonna be where you're aiming. That's okay. That worked out then. You guys had 4 guns, so it was just fine. So yeah, nothing bad with that result. Let's see what number 1 does. Counter-terrorist win. Fried Chicken bought a Bison. Hawk hasn't bought. He bought armor and a P90. Briffy kept the Tech 9 that he found, and he bought a grenade. And that guy dropped an M4. Okay. All right. Now the money's gone away. So, looking at this, honestly, like knowing Briffy, he's gonna be expecting to just like run in and die, get him info. So he's probably saving. It's okay to save money here, but just as a good rule, we should be keeping our money like pretty much within $1,000 of each other. So you could have bought a gun, but it's okay if if it's in your head going, I'm gonna buy a gun for someone else next round or something like that. That kind of makes sense. But if other people bought, you should be buying too. Same, like even more so. Like that's one person who didn't buy it. This is one person who did buy, and that's a lot worse for this team because now next round they definitely can't buy as a team. So these guys are way worse off than these guys, obviously, because these guys had the money to buy.
Let's go.
Oh, one thing that I've thought for a little while now, but we've never really confirmed or like talked with this as a team, but as we're coming out of CT spawn like this, we always somehow end up like running into each other's face and doing this big awkward group hug. I feel like we should be rotating like counterclockwise out so we don't run into each other. That's just, silly at this point. We've been playing this for so long. Okay. Oh, I should really be more on this. Okay. Ricky threw that nade poorly. I don't need to talk about that nade being thrown poorly. But, okay. I don't know how many guys you saw, but they're kind of backing out. And right now, 1 and 2 are pushing through tunnels. So, okay, that's good. So, okay, this right here is really good. Because often we'll see, for people who aren't coordinated, you'll see one guy who's sitting back here or here, and the other guy's pushing. When you push 2 at the same time, you can set up like a mini crossfire going here. If there's someone coming in, if there's one guy coming in here and he's leading a pack of 4 or whatever, you can set up your mini crossfire here and here and get that first shot. And if you decide, hey, there's 3 of them, then you can like back out if you get overwhelmed or something like that. If it's one guy, then it's like, oh, I got information, but now I'm dead, and now this guy's facing a 1 versus 5, and it's just stupid. Similarly, you guys both pushed up here. You're not in a place where, like, once they kind of know you're here and the round is passed, sticking at this point isn't so good. When you're at this point and at this point, you're basically baiting them out to come a little bit further out, and then you can take your shots, which is good. So everything's good here. Chicken, again, I don't know what he's doing. No, he's doing fine. but space control. So this is good so far. So, okay, you guys have cleared tunnels. Well, I guess I could push here, and if I go, oh gosh, I can't change the camera while it's paused. That's the most frustrating thing. So, I should turn. Oh, this is on. Well, whatever. Probably just doesn't when it's low enough. So okay, Fried Chicken got info. He should be calling your guys right now going, hey, they're cat. Which is good, because now, oh, look at that, number 2. Similarly, oh, say that word. Shit. Okay, in that case, I was gonna say this earlier, but I didn't have like the result to back me up, which is probably wrong to do. But I feel like when 2 guys push here or something like that, splitting up here and having one guy go lower and just kind of go out into mid is probably a bad idea, because the thing is, they're going to be here. Given what we knew, we had 2 guys here, we had 2 guys in tunnel. You know they're not here. There's no reason on this round, there's no reason for them to all just kind of sit here and wait. There's no reason to assume that usually. Like, obviously that's a strat that we use sometimes. But there's no reason to assume it, right? So you can come out here and check it and go, okay, there's no one here. But there's no reason for one guy to push here and one guy to push here, because we know, based on what we learned in the tunnel and up here, that they're in this area, somewhere in T-spawn or mid or long. So going one person alone this way is bad. Going one person alone this way is bad. And I think Chicken did the right thing. He was like, okay, we know where they are. I can see that the one's pushing Cat, and I'm just going to back off, because he had a Bison, I think. This is not the right gun. I mean, you shouldn't buy a Bison unless you're going to be like pushing like your long or your B. But he fell back, did the right thing, and got his teammates with him and set up a defense. And we'll go full speed. And now, because they took that pick at mid, they're kind of splitting up. You guys still have the advantage. You're probably going to win this round. Yeah, for sure. So.
Counter-terrorists win.
And again, like I said at the beginning, I'm just kind of spewing garbage right now, because I have like a little too much experience doing this. But these are just my thoughts going on. So okay. Words. Fried Chicken. He got his kill. Oh, that's shiny. Let's see what he does. He should be... Well, okay. So he probably heard someone mid. Hawk's pushing mid as well. Pause. And, okay. Okay, I think the same thing's going to happen. I think Wacky's going to go. Come on. Full speed. Oh, that whole thing was kind of a clusterfuck. I'm going to watch that again. Okay, so we have 1v2 here at mid. You get one, you get the other guy down to nothing. That's really good for being a 1v2 situation. And then we have more guys. Okay, so Wacky is coming. He did come in. It's good, but you're caught from behind as well. So Wacky should have
Counter-terrorists win.
No, everything's fine. Whatever. I don't think. I was gonna say Chicken should be pushing here while Wacky also pushes mid. Like, you got like coordination again. But Chicken got killed, so my point's kind of bad. Okay. Okay, while I'm at it. Chicken, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. He just died, so he had the full opportunity to buy an actual weapon. I bet he's gonna be weird and buy this the entire game. So this is good. We have Hawk with a firebomb. You have enough money to buy smoke. I would do that, especially because Wacky is not buying grenades. He's also, again, just like Fried Chicken. P90 is not as bad, but like Bison is stupid. P90 is like, okay, I'm using this because I'm pushing in a closed space. That makes sense. But you have so much money here. You have so much money here. He's doing a stupid thing. And you don't have that much money, but honestly, what I would bank on is if you have a good relationship with this guy so far, you're talking and stuff, just buy the smoke grenade and the flash so that you can better defend B side if they come B. So that and even though you don't have the money right here for next round, this guy does. So ask him next round. No problem. There's no you got to think of the money as the team's money, right? So that over here, these guys. Well, we'll give them 6 seconds here. So Wetro got a P250. I don't know. I don't really care about these guys so much, but someone should have bought for Wetro.
Let's go. I'm throwing a flashback. Throwing fire.
Grenade. Flash long. We got flashbangs coming at B. Hawk saw someone at mid. Hawk's hearing guys at mid and he leaves. You heard that guy with his footsteps. Okay. Russian retarded Pikachu pushed. Chicken's loaded his body count. Yeah, he's got 1,000 kills on that. He's definitely going to be using that the entire game. Okay. I don't know. This just seems like a bunch of unfortunate shit. Not like a lot of mistakes. Just like, actually, the mistakes where we shouldn't have pushed, and they let us push and fall into their traps, and that happened twice. That happened at long and at mid. So again, here we go. Wacky should be buying for Hawk, and he's probably doing that right now.
I'm throwing smoke.
Nope.
Throwing a flashback.
Oh my fucking god.
Fire in the hole. Flashback.
Okay. Well,
I'm throwing a flashback.
not much to be said about that, is there? But he buys himself an M4. He can't fucking spare the money.
I'm throwing a grenade. Smoke.
Good, Russian. Not good over him because I had mid control. One.
Throwing him.
That was stupid. He should have checked that smoke. There was that shouldn't have happened. Because your teammate didn't throw that smoke. Okay, Fried Chicken should be calling, hey, I heard someone mid. That's why he's still looking at mid, which is good. 5. Pikachu's also doing the same thing. And Briffy's looking at mid and long. And he's doing it from a good spot, because they're more likely to come long at this point, I think. They have the bomb at Cat. So they're likely to come long, so what he should be doing... If I go here... What Briffy should be doing, and I'm just pointing this out because I've seen this in the past... Briffy needs to be... If you're in a situation where you want to look at this way, and you want to look this way... Depending on which side is more safer... If you think they're all going to be coming from here or here, and you're standing here... standing here out in the open to these directions is pretty stupid. You need to be walking back and forth. You need to be doing this. I can't move because of this. You need to be doing this peek here. You need to be like, okay, I think they're coming from mid or cat. I'm going to be watch here, and I'm behind this cover. Similarly, if you're from long, I need to be behind this cover. Right now he's behind cover at long, which is good. They got mid and cat. This is an okay spot. So, not moving, but that's fine. Whatever. And just go wait out the run.
Counter-terrorists win. Let's go, people. Flashback.
Okay. So they threw a flash. Pikachu got blinded. Briffy likely blinded as well.
Grenade out.
Good nades. We watch their health here on the right. Yeah. Oops. You're against an op. It's pretty bad.
Smoke.
Get my camera. Fucking controls. There.
Throwing a flashback. I'm throwing a flashback. Grenade.
So you guys rotated fast that time. That's good. They have a lurker at mid. One has spotted him.
Grenade.
Hawk got... Okay, Mag got one. Hawk got another. This is okay. I kind of like Hawk's positioning there. I've never played from that spot, but it kind of gives you a... as long as that doesn't happen. I was going to say, when you're standing at that point... Clear. When you're standing at this point, it's actually... I would normally just stand in a jump spot, specifically because I can watch this and I have a high angle on this spot, but I kind of like that when you're down low. They're not going to see you when you rush in, but you might see their heads and get intel. And you know you have a friend here at car, so they're not going to be pushing here. And even though you're exposed from this angle, that's okay because your friend's got your back. So, okay, it's interesting. Whatever. And last guy's long. And Hawk did get the guy on Cat, so yes.
Counter-terrorists win.
Now in that case, Hawk started walking away, but probably just because he won the round or whatever. But you should have, if one of you was peeking like the car guy did, you should both be peeking at the same time. And by that I mean like kind of pushing out there, because then it's a one-on-one, and then the other guy had an op, I think, whatever it was, and
Our mission is free. Take them out.
do another one-on-one, and then you could potentially lose that if he clashes. The other team kind of can't decide what to do right now.
Throwing fire.
Standard setup on our part.
Fire
Pikachu's
them.
open. Briff is nading.
Flashback.
And he's watching mid. No smoke here. 2 and 1. What are you guys doing? What's Wacky doing facing the other way?
Smoke.
Okay. This is all good. This is standard.
I'm throwing a flashback.
We have one guy getting info in tunnels. No one pushed him. We got one guy getting tunnel in long. No one pushed him. And we got 2 guys going cat. So they've taken mid control. Now this is interesting. We see us do this a lot where we have 2 guys B and 3 guys long, or 3 guys A. I think the one guy on cat is kind of just like a wasted position a lot of times, because the only time he's going to get intel on cat is if, especially if he's standing all the way back here, he doesn't have ears, is if they've actually already pushed up. And so you're kind of fucked in terms of intelligence. When he's got a good angle on them in terms of shooting them when they come out, but you want to know where they are before they happen to come out. So I like 2-1-2, where you have 2 guys here. Obviously, like you have it. This is a good spot. Wacky's listening for this. Hawk's looking down the tunnel in case someone peeks out. One guy's looking long. This is good. Briffy's watching this angle, so if they come out mid, he's covering mid for the case where there's not a guy mid, but the mid guy, because he's not here, he can't watch cat. And so Briffy's watching cat and mid. I think it would be better to have Briffy where he is exactly, and Chicken to be at mid. But Chicken, well, he's not using a PP Bison, so I'm okay with that. So 2-2 is what I would prefer, or you have what we do often, because once you know it's kind of not B, if they don't rush B, often it's not going to be B, whereas they're a lot more likely to lurk outside of mid or long and then push long. So what we'll do is we'll have one guy at B, one guy kind of short B going, watching this angle and going, okay, they're coming cat, and then these 3 guys, we have 2 guys here, 1 guy here, or this three-way setup or something like that, then they can focus their attention on this. So that's just random thoughts again. So yeah, they've taken mid control because we've kind of let them. No one really knows. Wacky is kind of leaving, even though they're coming tunnel. So just bad timing. It's just unfortunate timing at that point. What are you doing? Okay. Meanwhile, while he's getting guys at mid, you guys push Hawk it long.
Blending.
I'm gonna watch that again from Briffy's perspective.
Bomb has been planted.
Okay. Alright, so someone got him at long, which is why he didn't get the mid guys. Basically, at this point, yeah. So I'm looking at the map here. Wacky didn't even consider B site until he was done dealing with the guys at mid. In that case, Hawk should have been calling, hey, there's guys oh no. There's guys in tunnels right now, and Wacky should be coming in just saying, hey, there's guys at mid, someone get my back, and focus on these guys, because this is a more important thing. Right? And then these guys can rotate. You have your Mad Bro, you have your Griffy. They should come in. Oh, Griffy was here. They should come in and worry about the mid guys, and Wacky should be like behind the cover of this wall, focusing on that. So Wacky let Hawk die because he was 1v2, and then he got these kills at mid, but he let the bomb go because of it, and that was kind of bad.
We will drive them from our hands.
You guys are doing good overall, obviously. Ooh. Okay. Chicken should have bought for Briffy. Briffy even bought too. I don't know what he bought. Maybe he bought it for someone else. He has $0. He should have had something.
Flashback.
Briffy saying, hey, I got flash to B, right? I say Briffy, I meant Wacky.
Smoke.
Footsteps B, footsteps B. But we got 3, we got 5, we got 4. Where's my keys? Yeah, 5, 4, and 3. They're all watching long. And Wacky's going, hey, I got footsteps. What do these guys have? Nothing. So we got one guy poking out. Oh, Hawk's here. He's hiding. His, I thought Hawk died. His icon here on the map on the upper left corner is behind the B bomb site, so he's not blue, so I thought he was dead. Never mind. We were good. Fucking ignoring tunnel, though. Could have been. I got that. You got that. So, what should have happened there is Briffy should have gone. Again, this is. I hate to point out every single thing that went wrong, but this is just like the coordination should have better, so this should have never happened, right? But what should have happened was Briffy should have known ahead of time, hey, we're just sitting on B site. You can push him if you want, but you're 1v1 is Briffy's situation. So Briffy should have gone and peeked here and gone always at mid and like backed up. Because I don't want to take this one-on-one fight. And if you want to go after this guy, then you get one of these guys, you get Wacky to come, and you do a 2-on-1 and you pinch him. Whereas Briffy just rushed him, and then he died. Because that one guy was on defense as a okay, standard take. 3, this guy.
Throwing a flashback.
Okay.
Flashback.
I don't mind the Bison anymore. Suppose it was buffed. I guess that I've played with people sometimes where it's like they main that Bison. Back up. No, he won't. Again, pushing like that is to gain intelligence. When I push... Okay. Big problem here. Just because they were focused on guys at mid. So... I don't think the bomb was ever over here. It was only ever at long. I hope you guys can see my cursor. I'll have to check that later. So I'll use these lines. There were two guys here, and I think that's why Briffy was watching to see if they would push this position. But in doing that, he left this completely open. Obviously didn't know until it was too late that would happen. They bought an auto. They're dicks. But what I was going to say about these two guys pushing, you pushed it as a team, but there was no need to, because I think Wacky pushed from B. And again, when you push from B, it's like, okay, they're going to be in this area. You can ignore that. You don't need to all just rush out, because obviously they're playing slow. Obviously they're on the defensive. They're waiting for you. So when... Who was it? Fried Chicken and Russian Retarded Pikachu went out. They went out at the same time, but still it was 2 versus potentially 5, you know? There's no need to take that battle. When you push, like when I push up here and I go into long doors, I'm not doing that expecting to take a fight. I only do that once I know, okay, it's not a long push. It's because I can hear them within like this radius, which is huge. I can hear them on cat even when I'm here. It's a big nipple there. So when I push up into here, I go, okay, I can hear a footstep here. I can hear a footstep here. I can hear one going this way. I can hear one on cat. That's what I can do as a thing. And if one guy pushes, then I can pinch him. I can snipe him in the head. If one guy pushes here and I'm at this corner, I can shoot him in the head, and that's cool. But that's not why I'm there. I'm there to gain intel. And if they find out that I'm here, I'm leaving. Similarly, if you have a guy on cat, often on the first round, Fried Chicken did a really good thing where he had the buys on. Again, you shouldn't buy the buys on. No, it was the first buy round, so round 2. He was standing in this spot, and as soon as he saw a guy at this angle, he jumps down because he's there just to get info. So that was good. But that time they pushed and wanted to look for a fight, and that was stupid, and that's why he died. So anyway.
I'm throwing a flashback. Forward.
Okay.
To victory.
To victory.
Smoke.
So
Bomb has been planted.
why are you guys going CT? Like one of you could go CT, but not both of you when it smoked, especially. That was a bad luck in terms of your AUG or your ACOG covered up his face. Okay. Nice try for a retake. For both of you. That was just bad luck, Hawk, there. Or, I mean, you could have been looking there, but, you know. Where you were looking wasn't bad. I don't
Let's
think.
get this over with.
Oh, the money.
Throwing a flashback. Throwing a grenade.
Oh, the money. Well, Briffy got kills. Good. Because the other team doesn't have that much money either. So Wacky let them do that to him. He was close with a shotgun, but he was just making footsteps the entire time. If you're gonna have a shotgun, you have to be a nice position. I was talking about. Basically, you can't do it as a push. Top Briff. Good. Okay, there's your teamwork. Briffy died. I'm sorry. There you go.
Decoys out. Deploying flashbang. Counter-terrorists win.
Also teamwork. That was good. You peeked him at the same time. So that worked out. MVP Briffy. so this round, what's everyone buying? Everyone bought. Everyone has armor. That's good. These guys. This guy bought a scout. He has no money left.
Let's go.
That guy bought a SG-553. He does have money left, so he should be okay. But Doom 4, 5, or U5 should not have bought that.
I'm throwing smoke.
Okay, taking mid control. And they're pushing straight out of mid. Briffy's seeing them, going, hey, there's a guy mid. Good. That guy went alone. He should not have gone alone. He should have gone with a friend. This is working out. Oh. Huh? Okay. So Wacky knows, hey, there's two guys tunnel. And you guys should all be moving. You should all be moving B. Not all of it, you know. 5, you should stop. Stop, stop, stop. Or 3's gonna stop. One of you watches mid. One of you watches mid. Briffy's gonna watch mid. Maybe. At least they know, because at least you guys know because the timer's gone down. Watching mid. Briffy. Okay, I'm gonna go back up twice here. So I'm gonna watch Briffy specifically because. Okay, I want to watch your crosshair placement here. This goes for both of you. You're just so right now you're not looking anywhere. You just kind of looked at the ground. There was a smoke there, wasn't there? There wasn't there the first time. Demos have a bug where it just does that sometimes. I'm gonna start the round over and go. We were about a minute till the end of the round, so I'm gonna do this. Rewinding sometimes can trigger up smokes with demos. So, if it was smoke, then never mind about everything else. The thing is, I haven't heard a smoke pop. So, okay, there wasn't a smoke. So let's stop here. When you walked out of that place, you were looking at the ground on the bottom left, and then you were looking at the foot of the door. You need to be, and we'll do drive. Let's do old school. Drive. Wait. Drive. Okay, I can't drive. And because you guys weren't watching mid, well, that happened. Whatever. I don't know. That was just cause. But when you're running this corner, you're the CT in this situation. You got two guys behind you. Hey, I need to make sure they're not going mid. They're not going A. I don't have a crosshair here, but assuming there's a crosshair in the middle of the screen, you don't stare at the ground there because they're not there. You need to watch this corner as you go by. Look at this spot. Watch mid, and then turn away and come back A. And you would have seen that guy had you done that. I think. Now, I don't know what happened at. I don't know what happened to our third guy. Oh, he pushed. Okay, so number 5. Let's all leave. He's okay. So number 5, Retarded Pikachu. He's following his friends out of the site when they should be splitting up. They should be spreading out. He has his knife out. That's okay. That's just them. That's just you playing the game. This is you as Russian retarded Pikachu. This is the player going, hey, it's been like 30 seconds since we saw them in tunnels. They must have left because I haven't heard them, right? No, that's incredibly stupid. They could be anywhere when you don't have map control. When all you're doing is sticking in B site, you really weren't even out in mid. When all you three guys were doing is sticking in B site, and you were doing that for 30 seconds, you guys started moving this way. You know they're not here. No one was checking mid. They had the time, this entire time, to rotate to A. They probably would have been like here at this point when he died, which is probably what he was expecting. But they could have also been within this entire area. That could have got a cat. They could still be staying here. My cat went outside. Okay. So, assuming because, like, if you think of it like, okay, if you think of this circle as the radius of how far this guy can go within like 1 second, and this is the radius within 5 seconds, and this is the radius within like 30 seconds and a minute and whatever, and that's exaggerating. assuming that he's at the edge of that circle for how long it's been. This is probably way too complicated of an analogy. Just because it's been a full minute and he could be at this distance by the end of the full minute doesn't mean he's at that. It means he's anywhere inside of that circle. So, duh, you guys knew that because he died. But he died with his knife out like an idiot. But that was a bit silly. Should have been one guy here, one guy here, one guy here. Defense, defense, defense. So instead, we got these two guys dicking around. I don't know who's going to watch mid, who's going to watch mid, who's going to watch mid. And then that kind of fucked up because when he died, this guy just pushes because he's like, oh, one's mid. They must both be mid or long or something. Nope. That's why he died. Let's go Briffy. Nice. He hears him. Unlucky. Or, you know, aim an inch lower or whatever. But, nice try. So now, money-wise, Wacky Bot. It is round 12. On the other team, Wetro should be buying. Okay. Briffy, you should have bought something. You could have bought... What could you have bought? I don't know why these guys are buying SMGs, honestly. They shouldn't have bought those if that was what they could have... Fried chicken and Russian. Fried chicken should have bought you a gun. This is so stupid. Money management is a team skill. You were gonna die, you had no armor or whatever. But you should have had... You had enough money to buy an armor if someone had bought you a gun. Someone should have bought you a gun. He's just gonna push with all of his footsteps. Oh, it's okay, I'm gonna sneak. I'm gonna use my walk button so they won't hear me, right? No. Again. Almost worked out, but still. When I'm here, I can hear this entire area, right? Well, that also means if they're here, they can hear you running this entire way. So you don't run this entire mile and then walk this last 10 feet because they can hear you from this spot. They can hear you here. They can hear you here. They can almost hear you at the corner. Probably not the corner. That's like the extent of it. But foolish to think that they didn't know he was coming. And I didn't find this play box button. Okay, Hawks should be saving. No shit. And you need to leave because he saw you. I think he did.
I am planting the bomb.
Bomb has been planted.
Whatever. They should be leaving and hunting you down immediately. There's no reason why they should stay. Good. No, bad. What are you doing? That guy heard you. That guy heard you again.
Terrorists win.
I mean, it was okay to go lower, but you ran to lower and they heard you. So everyone's saving, except for Russian. Yeah. Wacky bought head armor when he had nothing else. You shouldn't buy head armor as the only thing. You're basically buying that as defense for losing your other equipment. You know, you're not. There's no point in buying it if you're just gonna use USP. Especially if you're left with 13,000, you can't. Or 1300, you can't buy extra. I'm mostly looking at the map while I'm watching this, by the way. That was good in terms of beaks. Wacky pushed him. He got the kill. There's the guy. You guys should have left the A. Honestly, a lot sooner. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Shit. close initially. I was, you know, I retract that. Admit you guys were focusing on B side. That's okay, and because I hadn't actually quite got to A yet, so I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. God,
Grenade.
Terrorists win.
Fried fucking chicken.
Be safe. Let's go, my friends. Smoke. Throwing a flashback. Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Flashback.
You really got to do that nade right.
I'm throwing a grenade.
Okay. Again, because we have this set up. Whoa. Okay. Hold on. So they totally just let him push that. I want to watch that again from his perspective. But let him get the ace. Didn't happen. Let's go back to the beginning of the round. I want to watch it from his spot.
Be safe. Let's go, my friends. Throwing a flashback. Grenade out. Throwing smoke. Flashback.
Honestly, I think that grenade was because he bumped you. So shift.
I'm throwing a grenade.
No? Okay, these guys, these two guys are retarded. They heard him coming. They must have heard him coming. Or they confused him with a teammate. That could be. Who was the first guy to die? Was it Almighty or this guy? It was, I'm gonna spectate Doom. I hope I can demonstrate this. Because he should have been audible.
Be safe. I'm throwing a grenade.
Yeah. The other guys, you mad, bro? Okay, I threw smoke. That's why. You can hear him. You can hear him.
Throwing a grenade.
There's no way you can hear him. Okay. Sorry. That is why you should walk there at long. But didn't work. Whatever. The reason he died there also is because he wasn't looking. If he was looking at that spot right there, he would have been fine, but he was looking at the wall. Should have been looking at this corner. 7.
Counter-terrorists win.
Camera. Okay, terrorists. This is the last round of the half. You mad bro should be buying for you. Unit Almighty, whatever.
We shall rule today.
These guys. Someone could have bought for someone else, but that's not a bad setup, especially these fried chickens.
Throwing fire.
Refuse to do
Throwing
anything else
Throwing fire.
other than
Smoke.
that. Okay. Hey, I got smoked at that B.
Throwing a flashback.
Hey, I got flashed at B. Hey, come out. If you had an actual gun, that would have been better, but good for being that.
I am planting the bomb.
Bomb has been planted.
Throwing flashback.
Yeah, good. Okay, that went well. The one thing I will say, Hawk, is I don't know how much money you have.
Defusing.
Well, for one, someone should have bought you a gun, obviously, like I said before. But assuming that had happened and you had the money, you should have also bought a smoke.
Terrorists win.
Because after that fire went down, then they just went anyway. So, like I said, I think round 1 or 2, it must have been 2 or whatever, you had the money for the smoke that round. You had, assuming you had the money for the smoke that time too, it would have prevented that push even longer. Your job as a CT is to delay. And the fire delays them, but the smoke and a fire is better.
Do not be afraid. Let's go.
I am going to say it 3 times in a row, because I'm rambling. I'm bad at this. But, yeah.
I'm throwing flashback.
So, good. guy got behind, but that's okay. But Three shouldn't take the fight. Three shouldn't have taken the fight if he was the last guy. That was scary. I want to watch that again. So Chicken, I'm gonna watch it from his. I can probably watch it from everyone's, but let's just watch Chicken's right here. He's the last guy in there, and he doesn't even know the guy's there until like that guy was waiting. Like, he stops. He stops. He should have pushed forward with his team, but he stops to take a one-on-one fight. Here's what should happen in this scenario. Okay, so normally if this happens and the CT did his job right, he arrived right here when they're all standing at around this spot, and he's shooting them all, and then they're fucked. They can't move, because tagging means you can't. When you're shot, it's hard to move and stuff like that. But he arrived as you were here, and the last guy here was like, oh, there's a guy behind us. Let me just like walk the other direction and take this one-on-one fight. And he didn't die, but because he wasn't in the site with his friends, look what happened to his friends. They all died because of one guy and his cool USP. Every single man you can put into the site in this rush situation is good, because you want crossfire here, crossfire here, crossfire here, crossfire here on the guys that are in sight or wherever they may be. You want as many bodies in there as possible. That's the entire point of the rush. You want to overwhelm them. If there's one guy here, he's going to take all this time to walk up this entire way. So you know what? Focus on the site first. And then when you go, okay, we killed these two guys, smoke off this door. I know just so you know, guys, there's a guy in tunnel. And by the time you've cleared that site, he's only here. The way that timing works out. It's like, hey, what you do if you're Chicken situation, you just push and you go, hey, there's a guy behind us in tunnel, but I'm helping you out here. You clear that site, and then you throw down one of your smokes that you should have bought. I don't know, whatever. I think, I don't know, just as a side note, I think 2 smokes and a flash is probably the right thing to do is the right setup for pistol round push, because you have the flash that bounces off this wall, goes into sight, you have the smoke for the door, and if you don't need the smoke for tunnel, basically your second smoke is either tunnel or window, and you can buy more smokes and do whatever you want to, but I would say at least 2 smokes, 1 flash, probably 2 flashes, whatever. But yeah, that's why that didn't work out. Other reasons why it didn't work out because Doom was fucking amazing.
Counter-terrorists
But
win.
yeah, that's a reason. That's one thing that could have changed, that could have turned the tide of battle. That's what I really mean. Okay, so Wacky bot armor again. That's the second time he's done that. Chicken did the same thing. Pretty stupid in my opinion. A Tech 9 is way more useful than armor in this situation because. Okay, I should clarify. It's way more useful than. Or head armor is useless. Maybe spend $600. Oh boy. Maybe spend $600 on armor because, hey, you know what? They're going with a Bison and a P90, and those have low armor penetration compared to the other guns. They're not going to be buying full guns. 2 of these guys actually did buy full guns. Which, again, this is because we're in Nova, which isn't super coordinated. We kind of have a mixed bag here. But anyway, basically, if you're going to buy armor, you don't need a full head armor, especially if you're not going to buy pistol. So, whatever. He picked up Bricky's pistol there. So, this, by the way, I've said this privately to Briffy, I think, just to like get my thoughts together. But I want to say something about this Hail Mary play we have, which is one of us goes one direction, whether that be long or B. One of us goes one direction with the bomb by themselves, and the other people go long and make a distraction. I think that method is okay as long as we're in the situation where we are right now, which is we didn't invest much into this round because this is a gamble. This is a gamble that we're taking economically with the rounds. Like, basically, we're assuming this round is lost because, obviously, because we lost pistol round, we're at a huge disadvantage. So let's throw a gamble that will pay off huge for us. And the gamble was, we'll send one guy along just to get the plant, and then we'll have a shit ton of money for the next round. But we're not even expecting to win this round. So that's when you do this push, and I think that's when it works the best. If we do it with guns, it doesn't work as well, because then there's no one to defend the site. If you had made it this far, if you had made it to the site and you had fought these 3 guys, well, okay, say you lose 2 guys here, then you have to take the journey with the other 2. I love this giant map that gets all crayoned up. If you take 2 guys here and they die and they're gone, and you have the other 2 who are going, okay, they've been distracted, let's go mid. Well, then they have to make this journey through this area that is basically in counter-terrorist control, because you've only gone here, you've only gone here. For all you know, the counter-terrorists have pushed out. And normally they shouldn't, but hey, they're at a huge advantage. They're going to be cocky. And that's exactly what they did. They had a guy push this way. So you have to make these guys traverse the land all the way back to A site in order to defend the site if you got the thing. And that's the only way that that plan's going to be successful for a win. So I think in a gun round, doing one guy with the bomb alone is a bad idea. In this round, it wasn't a bad idea because it wasn't a gun round. So anyway, unfortunately it did die though at the top. I'm saying obviously like 100 times. I'm so bad.
Let's go again. Let's go.
And everyone blocked you. Also, they're like, okay. So yeah, you should have. The other thing I was gonna say is, why did it take you so long to get to doors? But that's why.
Laying down smoke.
Also, you were. Yeah. So, ideally, because that fuck up here, you were here when this guy was pushing, when you should have been there. But that's an issue because of the coordination of the spot, not because of your problem at law. Anyway.
Counter-terrorists win.
Good. See, you should have been in that spot, is what I meant. Okay. Russian retarded Pikachu bot. You should not have bought. I'm still on half speed. Oh, whatever.
We will do.
Okay. These guys bought just fine. These guys should have armor. They had the money for it. Russian shouldn't have bought. That's about all there's to say. And Wacky keeps deciding to buy armor as his first choice of everything else, and it didn't fucking work. 'Cause he
Laying
died
down
anyway.
smoke.
So,
That's a
good for him.
negative. Deploying flashbang.
Really, if you're gonna be on a save round, and that was really the only way Russian has it, is because miscoordination, obviously. But if you are gonna buy like one thing, I would buy like a P250 or a Tech 9 first, or a smoke, because those help you tactically. You can get kills, you can take areas. Armor is like, okay, I'm getting mowed down by a guy who has a gun, and my teammates all have pistols. Well, there's no point of having armor.
We will defeat the mercenaries. Laying down smoke. That's a negative. Deploying flashbang. Incendiary out.
Okay, so you heard this guy. And that's okay. I don't know. There's a lot I could say about that, but a lot of it I feel would be unnecessary. But I'm gonna say it anyway. If you had bought a pistol, well, again, this is what ifs. So there's a million what ifs, but really it comes down to a million variables. But what I'm gonna say is, if you had a pistol, you shot him like 3 or 4 times, he might have died if he had a P250 or something to block his ass. You know, If you'd aimed better, you might have hit him in the head a few times or something like that. But you know, I've been in a situation where you missed it and you fuck up and it doesn't matter. It's okay. That was no big deal. I just wanted to point that out because I
This
played
is what
whatever.
you're trained for. Throwing smoke. Flashback.
Okay. I don't know what Wacky's doing.
Incendiary.
So these guys let you have long, and there's only one guy really at A. And he's got a scout. That's why he's long. He's got a scout as well. Speaking of the buys, these guys all look fine. Russian retarded. Didn't have the money for armors, that's why. Days had the money for armor. He should have bought armor no matter what, because it's a buy round for you. He had the money. This is stupid. Well, maybe, I mean, you do have AKs, but he has $4,000. There's no point. So, well.
I'm throwing smoke.
So here, okay, what I'm noticing here,
Throwing flashbang.
well, it's worked now. Now that we have,
Smoke.
everyone was just kind of bunched up at that corner. If we're stopped at that corner, you can't just bunch up, because then you're going to get grenaded or something.
Laying down smoke.
But then that went away right away, so I should eat my words.
I am
One
blending the bomb.
okay. Wacky got a kill with the Glock.
Bomb has been
He
planted.
missed the guy going long. Does he just let him pass? I think he did because he knew he had to save. No. I cannot do this. Making footsteps. Yeah, Wacky can hear him. So again, you can hear so far.
Terrorists win.
Wacky had an accuracy of 79%, 77%, 47. You know, there's 47% of the people in this country who can't take responsibility for that. Okay, buys are good on Terra's side because everyone lived that round, so that was great.
Let's go.
I would like to see. Oh, sorry, I didn't even know the strat was going on our side. So, again, this is a buy round. I don't think this strat should be happening right now. I think we should save it for a pistol round. So,
Throwing a grenade.
watching the map here, our guy at B got pushed, or he got killed. Doom got killed, and right now we do see it is being effective right now, despite the numbers of 5v3, which is bad. It is working. These guys are going this way. Look where they're facing. You need to leave now. You need to leave. You need to have left 3 seconds ago, actually, in my opinion. As soon as they saw two guys, they can interpret this as a rush. You need to move immediately, because every second that they have going where it's like, oh, only 2 or 3 of them pushed us at B, there could be a lurker somewhere, we haven't seen the bomb. Every second they give you to process that. Every second you give them to process that information and say, hey, there might be a guy at long, you're losing advantage. So you need to have left.
Throwing a flashback. Throwing smoke.
Rippy did a good job there. That actually, okay, you're 2 on 2. That's pretty cool. But this is still a favorable because of that work at B. Because Wacky got 2, Rippy got 1. This is still a favorable position. These two guys should be split up. One of them should have already left to A. Because it's clear that Briffy, once he got that kill at B, he left immediately. So they should have gone, okay, let's split up, let's go 1-1. But they let you take B. Or they let you, at least, they probably wouldn't have been able to stop you to take it. But they kind of let you do that. And hopefully they lose this round. Obviously. Eloquence. Good. Bad. He should... Running... Sorry, I'll watch. Rippy, don't peek. Good. Okay.
We are going to do this.
Just to criticize whoever
Terrorists
was
win.
You guys know the pizza nade already. What he should have done is throw the pizza nade. You were on ramp, so that nade wouldn't have hit, but throwing the pizza nade is possible without peeking out. And he just peeked out with a grenade in his hand, and that's a pretty stupid thing to do. We do that at long because we arrive there first usually if we run. We'll throw that nade right away and then switch our guns. But if we're late, we won't do that. And if you're retaking a site, peeking your head out to throw a grenade is silly when you could just bounce it off a wall somewhere.
Flashback.
Especially when it comes to things like flashbangs. Grenades are harder to get when you need to actually place a grenade on the site. But still, stupid of him. In that case, Wacky just pushed. I don't want to look at the money. Everyone has enough money for guns, so everyone should full buy here. Wacky's got 20, actually. I've been criticizing him for buying for poor economic stuff, but he's money, he's got kills, so whatever. Okay.
Fire in the hole. Flashback.
So one guy saw him. What he needs to do is just make a bunch of noise, it sounds like. And he got overwhelmed by it being 1v2. You guys killed the guy at long. You guys killed 2 guys at long. That's a great thing. You should be pushing immediately right now. You should be doing exactly what you're doing. You should be throwing a smoke, but you're taking forever to do that. Okay, good. Wasn't too bad. There's a guy behind you, but you should only really be focusing on him at this point.
I am planting
And there's a
the
guy
bomb.
that pushed through. Again, he should have been behind cover. Of all the people, because he had no health. God damn it, all these buttons. He should have been the one not jumping down out. Good job. This guy's the last guy. He's gonna save us out if he's not covered.
Get ready. It is going to explode.
Terrorists win.
Let's go, people.
I fell.
Deploying decoy is out.
Decoy is retarded. There's no point in ever using a decoy. Stop using decoys. You've only indicated that to them that you were at a point when you... Right? You're not fooling anyone.
Flash.
Okay. Check out the loan. So he's gonna get pushed by number 7. Good. You kill this guy. Not moving.
Counter-terrorists
Very
win.
poor form on his part. He's crouch walking and zigzagging towards this guy when he needs to just fucking stop and shoot him, you know? He wasn't really aiming as far as I could see. He's just kind of he's hoping that he's praying to the RNG guys. He's going, okay, because I'm crouch walking, my accuracy is gonna be so shit. But maybe because I'm slightly moving, he's not gonna see me. So whatever.
Grenade out.
I think this guy's gonna push you. I remember I was spectating, I think, for the last few rounds.
Smoke.
But this guy's just gonna push you because he's an idiot. But again, I think I've said that I'm against this strat when we have guns. But okay. So you should be saying, and I'm sure you have, hey, he's pushing Beast T-spawn,
Throwing flashbang.
and Briffy's ready for it. Okay. Go, 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 go. Again, as soon as the...
Fire in the hole.
Really? honestly, as just like I was saying here, when you needed to push out immediately, when this guy pushed past you, that was your cue to immediately go behind him and go this way. Because in the counter-terrorist minds, they've pushed this way, right? And he might have a friend. His friend will not be looking this way, because if oh, this is stupid. If counter-terrorist A saw his friend go this way, counter-terrorist B, I don't even need to name these guys. You know, I could use their actual names, but I won't. If counter-terrorist A had seen his friend pushing to him, this entire area is clear. You know, really this entire area. So he's going to watch mid, at least for the next 10 seconds or so, because he's gone, okay, this entire, basically, oh, because he's pushed, we've gained this entire half of the map. So that's why we have 4 CTs over here, is because they've gained this entire map. So it doesn't matter because everyone died, but had everyone not died, it would have been better if you had pushed immediately behind him rather than waiting like 10 seconds or so.
Bomb has been planted.
And it's really hard to for me anyway. I'd never like to speak in absolutes, which is why I ramble so much. But I feel like that is one demonstration of the small handful of reasons why I like strat, is because it's really hard to get the timing right with when that lurker should push, and also that lurker, if he has the bomb, if he dies right away, like the first time he tried it, if you die right away, you basically lose the round. And because everyone has to traverse the map to get to the bomb site after it's been planted, and you're not immediately out in defense, you're going to lose a lot of guys in that process, and it should really only be used as a Hail Mary when you're on pistol round. So, anyway.
This was received the mercenaries. Smoke!
That's no excuse for, like, what I said is even assuming these guys had lived at long, that would be my criticism. Really, I would say a bigger reason why that round failed is because these guys all just got mowed down instead of holding their own like they should have. So, more criticism on them than the strat in that.
Throwing flashbang. Grenade out.
So no one's with Hawk right now. Someone should be with Hawk. Okay, these guys are great. They decided to push Cat at the same time. Hawk is clearing bomb site B, and they go, let's push through this smoke, or let's just wait at the smoke. That's unexplainable. That's stupidity right there. They should not have died. They should have been going with you. This should have been a team effort right here. Okay. Boom. Fried chicken, where are you on it, Buzz? On?
Let's move out.
And a decoy again. Russian's not buying armor again. Everyone's walking, that's good.
Throwing
Do
fire.
that.
Incendiary.
We don't have one guy running,
Throwing a
that's good.
grenade.
And he got one more kill than he should have been allowed to get. But, because he had a Bizon. That's, really, let's watch that again. Oh, I hit this button, not that one. Oopsie. Go chicken.
Let's move out. Throwing fire.
Let's watch chicken. So, Mad Bro's gonna push. And he hit him like 7 times. He hit that guy 7 times, I swear. And because he had a gun that was shitty, he let his friend die. And that's why you should buy a nice gun. You know.
I am planting
But
the
good
bomb.
plant, good plant. Stop pushing. Number 5.
Flashbang. I'm throwing
Dead. Kind of fucking. Briefy. Well, you too. That was kind of a clusterfuck. Because I don't think anyone was really set. Like this.
Bomb has been defused.
With one guy car,
Counter-terrorists win.
but Chicken was just kind of running all over the place with his head cut off. So, yeah. He got a kill, but it was kind of at the expense of letting them into the site in order to do that. When you have a gun that is that close range, you kind of have to let them into the site like he did in order to get any kills. And it wasn't very much.
Let's go.
As they went into sight, even though they went down, they did a lot of damage. And then by the time it was 1v1, Briffy had 10 health in it. And it didn't matter. So, 9.
Throwing fire. Incendiary out.
So this guy's Dazed is pushing. I'm assuming that's Dazed, whatever. It's a bunch of Greek
Grenade
shit.
out.
He's being watched by Wacky. He should be 9. Alright, in that case.
Laying down.
Alright, that was. Yeah, that was just bad luck on Dave's part, but
I'm throwing a flashbang.
in terms of timing, because he was doing that to escape, which was the right move. But what I was going to say here is, if you guys are going to wait outside here and wait for them to push, you kind of have to make them want to push out, and he really wanted to. You could tell because he was peeking this entire direction. So when one guy's just dancing around here going, "Hey, we're waiting," that's not good. You want one guy here, like you had. You want one guy here, like you had. You maybe want a guy on this truck so that he can peek around that corner when he does push. But you don't want just, "Hey, I'm dancing," over here, because then he knows, oh shit, there's probably a lot of guys here if he's just out in the open. And so that's why he didn't push. But then the timing let him die, so whatever. Wacky got the guy pushing this way, so that's good. The counter-terrorists should know at this point, or really before they pushed, they should really know that, okay, we had this guy defending. We had Wacky cut off the push from here. We had these guys push, cut off the forward defense of Dazed, and then they pushed. This guy should leave immediately, because they know that, okay, 3 guys went long, 1 guy went B. What are the odds that it's going to be B site? So he should be going. He should be backing up his teammates at B, because when you're in these kinds of numbers here, when you have way more guys going at long than you have guys defending A, I would rather have that 3rd guy be at A, and then if they somehow sneaky it at B, then just kind of take everyone back to B and survive the round together. Because now in this situation, you have this guy in CT. By the time Doom is at long already, so he's gonna die immediately. Then this guy's gonna die immediately, and then Wetra's gonna go, "Oh, how'd everyone die? I was the last guy alive." Because they're all taking one-on-one. These two aren't even grouped up together, even though they look like they're grouped together. He's on Cat. What is he doing? He's on Cat. I thought he was CT. Yeah. So he's peeking. He should stop. Back up. Okay. Well, but if I was on his team, he's not peeking forward too much. He's getting killed. This is scary and backing away when he needs to reload. Well, he did pretty good, but his team did pretty shit in terms of like spreading out and going, okay, 1 guy watch here, 1 guy watch here, 1 guy watch here. I was saying we should do that before, but when it's clear that, hey, there's 4 guys pushing this way, just go. You know, when it's that clear that it's the bomb. He might not have seen the bomb, but it should have been really clear that that's the terrorist plan. There's no way that.
Grenade. Move it.
There's no way that would actually be the case.
Go.
Maybe you guys tricked him, because there have been 3 times or so that you guys have done that 1 guy along with the bomb, and it made them want to stay. Yeah, I'm just watching the map. I'm not even watching the first person. So
Deploy.
Kind of a miscommunication on
Throwing a
kind of
flashbang.
terrorist side. Some of them bought, some of them didn't.
I am planting the bomb.
Bomb has been
Deploying
planted.
flashbang.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Terrorists win.
So much to buy for Riffy. I bet chicken won't do it, will he? No, he did.
We will greet them
There
crying.
he is. Riffy had a gun the whole time. Okay, so now because those two guys bought, we just pause this. Because those two guys bought last time, now you Mad Bro is saving because he bought last round. These guys are buying out of desperation with some Mag 7s, but hey, they should, maybe make some money, so we'll see. Start walking. But no, so okay. All the terrorists know, hey, this guy's in here. And we gotta stand up. And he's gonna take a peek. You shouldn't take a peek, especially with a shotgun. This is purely a defensive thing. You need the terrorists to know.
Throwing fire.
They know you're here.
Laying down smoke.
So in that situation, he's going, I think there's a guy behind this corner. Giving away your position to that guy around the corner is really dumb when it's not like this gun has any penetration on these metal doors. If he had an op or something stupid, which he shouldn't do because he's behind this corner, if you had an op, you'd be there, right? You'd be looking from this angle. Basically, shooting out doors is fucking retarded. Okay. Ugh. And then he pushed it. Well, no one reacted, right? Well, no, you heard guys here.
Throwing
Just
fire.
assuming there's not someone there because he didn't shoot anything for the last few seconds is again
Smoke.
pretty dumb. Now he called his rotate, or as he should have been rotating. Seven's doing the right thing. He's leaving the site. Shotgun. Again. Wacky's really cool. From fried chicken.
Planting. I'm throwing a grenade.
Bomb has been planted.
Flashback.
Oh, this guy's AFK, I think, for the rest of the game.
Smoke.
So yeah, he kind of threw it for them right at the end. But again, like 7. Unlike the previous round where they had one guy here, one guy on cat, one guy at long, when they knew it was going this way, that time they learned and they said, okay, they're all going this way. Everyone rotate, and 7 actually rotated like they should have. Got him. Reload.
Throwing a flashback.
He's wall hacking.
Smoke.
Bomb has been planted.
That's a pretty good use of the odd. Or yeah, kind of fried chicken not going down at all. There's a bug.
Terrorists win.
You guys want a game? There's a bug where the jumping
Remember
hitbox is
this
actually
day,
like
my
lower
friends.
than it should be. So that jumping spot is really fucked up, and if you see a guy doing that, there's basically no point in trying to take that shot unless you're shooting at his chest or something. But anyway, that was fun. I'm gonna go out of this video.